Okay, guys, question 2, and it is a big one, a really contentious point. It is all about fairness in team selection. I think we've all seen it. The manager picking his little one to play up front every week, same players starting the game, same little children sat on the bench. How would you guys ensure fairness when selecting your teams? Okay, Jonny, I'm going to go to you this time because it's fair. That's what we're talking about, fairness. I'm going to go to you because James went first last time.
I'm going to go for not an obvious answer to this question, but I think there's a more obvious answer, but I'm going to go for rotating positions.
Rotating, James?
For me, I would solve the number one problem in grassroots football, which is the absence of equal playing time.
That's the obvious answer.
Okay.
Sometimes the obvious answer is the best, John.
Well, let's find out.
Well, you're going to find out now, but I'm going to have a little think because, like you say, that for me, that is the most powerful thing. It has to be, and I understand what you're saying. I really want to give you the point to make it 1-1, but I've got to go with what I feel. I can't just be here to keep you happy.
You do you.
2-0. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Can we get that scoreboard ticking? Is it ticked?
No. But use your mind power, mate.
Use your mind.
Tango 2.
Oh, look
Up
at
there.
that. 2-0.
Okay, James, well done. 2-0 up. And the way that you spoke about that with the biggest problem or the biggest challenge, in your opinion, is unequal playing time. Tell me a little bit more about your thoughts on it.
It's the biggest frustration for parents in particular when they see their child stood on the side of the pitch when they might have been the same last week and the week before that. It's really important that children have variation within their childhood football participation, but also really important that it's fair. And it's not fair for 6 and 7-year-olds to feel like they're the one left on the side of the pitch, because the 7-year-old that's the perceived worst player might be the best player at under 16s. And in fact, who cares whether they're the best or worst player? The most important thing in grassroots football should be the enjoyment of the kids. So for me, equal playing time up until, I don't know, maybe under 10s, 11s is an absolute must.
And like when you say it out loud, it's blatantly obvious that is the case. Well, like, in your opinion, why does that not happen at times?
The coach's ego is quite often the number one reason why the team selection is based on the result of the game rather than the enjoyment of the children. Coaches want to win games. Kids want to win games. Of course they do. But it's not fair to then select the best players every single week, especially at the younger age groups, because, like we said, the enjoyment of the children is the most important thing, and their development is the second most important thing. So you're hampering both of those things if we're selecting the perceived best players every single week. And
does that, like, is the game, in my mind, as soon as it turns into the coach wanting to win a game, in any grassroots football, like below the ages of under 13s, and what it looks like, the game's broken, isn't it? There's no, like, how does anyone get anything out of it if it's about the coach and not about the children, which sounds like what you're saying is the reason why the perceived best players get more playing time? I think children will stop playing the game if they feel those frustrations, and parents will then feel aggrieved, aren't they? The only time a parent is ever going to go to the coach and feel aggrieved in the real youngest age groups if the child isn't really playing or there's something fundamentally wrong in what the coach is doing. It's actually really simple to just pick a team, rotate positions, rotate who's playing, who starts, who's on the bench each week, and it kind of makes life a lot easier. And ultimately, your job as a grassroots football coach, I believe, is to keep the children playing, keep them loving the game, enjoying it as much as possible. So to rotate positions and rotate who starts every single week, I think is the best way to do it.
Grassroots football is fundamentally broken, isn't it? There's lots of great work that goes on up and down the country, but the fact that there are still people that put themselves and the result ahead of the children's fair play and rotating positions, it's just bonkers. That shouldn't and can't happen.
But how does it? I mean, because I see it a lot, and there's people that I know are fantastic people, but they get to the side of a football pitch, they're coaching
it's the nature of the beast,
and
right?
it just sort of beggars belief in terms of what it turns into, even at those very youngest
Quick
stages.
question, yes or no? Have you ever been that person? Have you ever stood on the side of the pitch and picked the team because you want to win the game? Johnny?
Yes.
Luke?
Yes.
Me? Yes. So what it comes down to then is, if you were, or a different question, one word answer, if you were coaching a team now at under sevens, would you ensure equal playing time?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So it's all about education.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, answering that question, yes, I don't think I ever have done it at that age.
Okay.
Like, in terms of under 7, like, I think I've done it under 11s, under 12s, and probably gone out there within an academy environment wanting to win the game, which is 100% my egotistical values of winning means everything. But like you say, the education is the most important thing. Just before we talk about rotating positions, John, like, see a lot of your social media content, and you talk about what James spoke about there, equal playing time, and a lot of comments you get on that saying, maybe disagreeing with you and sort of saying maybe it's certain. Like, is there an age where that changed?
I get called woke because I think that children should play equal playing time. Like, if that's the case, then absolutely fine, because it's bonkers that children aren't able to have a fair amount of playing time and opportunity
I've had enough of your
at 7 and 8 years old. It just blows your mind. I think for me, within the foundation phase, children should have equal playing time and should have exposure to playing all different positions on the pitch. As they get older, then I think there will be or can be a slight change. But ultimately, in grassroots football, the score really doesn't matter. What matters is children falling in love with sport, falling in love with physical exercise. And if it means that by playing equal minutes is the way in which to do that, that's what coaches should do.
And is there a way of changing that whole dynamic that you see in quite a large amount of grassroots football? Is it, like we always say, it's education, but you've got
Education takes too long. There's no way that the FA could continue as they are, trying to educate people. Ultimately, that won't make a fundamental difference. The only way to do that is to change the rules, that everyone has to play equal time across all age groups or whatever it is. That is the only way that ultimately will make a overnight difference. Otherwise, FA, all the brilliant work they do, trying to educate and make it fun, and the new things that they're implementing at those younger age groups will make a difference over time, but it's going to take a long time.
But tell us a little bit more about sort of the rotating positions.
For me, I was trying to be edgy with my answer.
You're an edgy guy.
Oh, thanks,
I've always
mate.
said that.
But I think for me, equal playing time is the most important thing. However, with rotating positions, I think that's how children can really develop their skills and develop a love for the game. So for me, I think it's really important to play children in goal, up front, midfield, out wide, also starting on the bench, and they get so many different experiences by doing that. So that's why I went for that answer. But James, quite worthy winner of the second point. I've got work to do in the second half.
2-0 up. I mean, I can't believe that you went with an edgy answer to the most least edgy host in the whole world. I think you're going to get a point for it.